Okay guys, so here it is, it's finally upon us, as we all know, Black Ops 3. Now, I didn't really want to do a synopsis of this game up until today because I wanted to, sort of grind it out as much as I possibly could to give you a good idea of what I think about it, where the improvements need to be and what's good and what's bad, the good, the bad and the ugly, I suppose. So I would say the first thing I would say is this game is a lot of fun. Those of you who was watching me on Twitch yesterday, you could probably see I was enjoying myself, but there's the frustrations again that come with it, the silly things that I think in the beta could have been improved, but we'll see. Obviously, they probably don't want to fix everything straight away because they want to seem as if they're on the ball by giving us that monthly fix. But as far as the game goes, it's a lot of fun. Now, the one sort of game type I've stayed away from, I've given it a wide berth, is Team Deathmatch. Now, realistically, I'm normally a Team Deathmatch free-for-all player, sometimes with a bit of kill confirm dropped in, but Team Deathmatch was the first game I played, the first game type I played, and I just found it to be... The spawns were abhorrent, they were horrible, and it was just causing me too much frustration, and I was getting to the point where I wasn't liking the game because of that. I don't know how they can get the spawn so wrong, but it's one of those spawn flip situations when it doesn't need to be. So sometimes you'll kill a chap and he spawns straight behind you, and you can't deal with it, it's too much to deal with. Especially with the way the hit detection is. The hit detection's all over the place at the moment. And I like the hit detection as it stands. I like how many, sort of standard how many shots you have to put in somebody before you take them down. But it's not consistent enough, and that's what's frustrating me, and I think a lot of people about it. It's like sometimes you'll kill a guy and you kill him in the sort of standard way that you expect to, and then you'll get another chap sort of fly around the corner, really, move really quick, and you shoot him with the same amount of bullets, and he survives. You reload, get down, stand up, shoot him again, and he moves out of the way, reload, get down, stand up, and it's like he puts 2 bullets in you and you're dead. That's unacceptable, I think. I think for a game at this stage now where they've had the beta, having that sort of bad hit detection, it is bad lag compensation as well. I'll pick up on a point that Weagle made on his, I think he made it over Twitter, and I had to sort of agree with it. He says, the thing is with Black Ops 3, he said, you have 1 or 2 games that are fantastic, and then all of a sudden it just turns into complete cancer. And it does, it just turns into AIDS, it's horrible. I've gone games where I've gone 37 for 4, and I think, wow, that was so much fun. How enjoyable was that? And everything felt right, and it felt on point, and it felt smooth, and I didn't feel like there was anything wrong. And then all of a sudden in the next game you go 12 for 20, and you can't buy a kill. If with all the money in the world you cannot purchase a kill, you cannot purchase 2 kills, you can't string 2 together. Now I'm going to kind of move on to the score streaks now, because the one thing I was concerned about was that the score streaks were going to be all over the place, like, constant air support and constant this and constant hellstorms. Whereas in fact I'm finding that there's less score streaks, score streaks in the air, or score streaks on the ground, or score streaks trying to attack you, than there was in the beta. And I don't know exactly what they've done with that, but it seems so hard to get a UAV, which in some respects I'm kind of glad about, because the UAV spam can get a little bit irritating. I'm sort of really holding out to unlock Ghost. That's the one perk I cannot wait to unlock. So I don't have to, I don't have to worry every time a UAV goes up, because it's like I say, normally I don't bother too much with UAVs. They don't bother me too much. If I know I can deal with it, I'll deal with it. But because of the broken camera angles, and because of the bad hit detection, and because of the lag compensation, you just think, oh god, if there's 3 guys around this corner now, I can't deal with it. I can't do anything about it. Maybe I'm not the only person experiencing this, but from what I can hear and what I was understanding on my Twitch stream, there was a lot of people going through exactly the same. Going through the same motions, so I know it's not just me. But the game type I do like is Safeguard. I think that's my favourite one at the moment, and I think I'll be playing a lot more of that. It's fun for a couple of different reasons. Obviously there's a big objective in there which you can take part in, which assist you, and if your teammates want to get involved they can. If they don't, it doesn't really matter. It's not like capturing a domination point where all hands on deck help. It doesn't matter. The robot doesn't move any faster, I don't think. I could be completely wrong about that, but basically you're escorting a robot from your spawn over to their spawn, and along the way, when you stand next to the robot or stand close to the robot, the robot moves, the motion keeps continuous, and as soon as you move away from the robot, he stops dead. So there's always got to be somebody in constant escort of that robot. Now, like I say, that really doesn't bother me too much. It doesn't bother me being the escorter while my teammates go off and do what they need to do, because you get sort of like 25 points per, I don't know, maybe 4 seconds for escorting him, so that's fine. And every time you get a kill along the way, you obviously get more points per kill while you're escorting the robot. So it's handy to stay close to that robot. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. The other good thing about it is you don't get a spawn flip. Now that can be good in two ways. Sorry, that can be good in one respect, but also on the flip side, that can be a pain in the arse when you're on the losing team, because obviously the spawns sort of stay in one area. You know, they stay in one position. Three different spawns maybe. So that's good. It means you don't get shot in the back while you're trying to, you're trying to escort the robot, unless somebody does a clever little flank and comes up behind the whole team. However, the problem with that, and again it's maybe something they need to address, is that the spawn trapping is insane. I mean, I've been in one game where the team can't move. You probably see from the gameplay in the background, the team cannot get out their spawn. Every area is covered, and that's a pain in the arse. You know, I've been on the receiving end of that, and that is no fun whatsoever. But on the whole, it is a fun game type. Now, sort of talking about spawns, I'm trying to cover everything as much as I possibly can, because there was a lot of people asking me on my Twitch stream, what do you think about it? What's good? What's bad? What's the overpowered gun? There was a lot of questions coming, so I'm sort of trying to answer everything in one great big ball, so that next time I can just talk about the gameplay, I'll talk about other things. But talking about the spawns and things like that, that would take me onto the maps and the map design. Now, I think the maps are absolutely fantastic visually. That's about it. You know, they're ergonomically great to look at. The feel of them is great. They're just amazing. They're amazing looking maps. However, they are trash when it comes to spotting the other team, spotting enemies, because of, the whole get-up of what the characters wear, and because of all the things that they've put on this map, smoke, explosions, sort of explosive dust against a wall, a little bit of this there and a little bit of that. If somebody's standing next to a rock or a wall, it's really hard to spot people, and by the time you do spot them, it's actually too late. Again, going back to aforementioned bad hit detection and stuff, it's like your reaction time has to be on point. And this does leave you a lot of the time just sort of hard scoping around corners, which I don't want to be doing. I'm a rusher. That's why I didn't like Modern Warfare 3. I didn't like the aspect of using an assault rifle and having to, stalk a strafe around every corner, because I get penalised for somebody being there. Whereas this time around, it's actually the maps. The maps are just far too detailed and far too intricate as well. There's too many caves, there's too many, I don't know what it is with Treyarch, I don't know what it is with Activision or whoever makes the Call of Duties. Why on every single corner there has to be a trash can, or there has to be a box, or there has to be a car that just conveniently you can see a head over. I don't understand why they have to do that. I do understand for the respect of, cover fire and things like that, but it's every single corner, and it's every single room. Everything accommodates perfectly for just seeing ahead. Now, a frustrating thing about that for me, oh, by the way, in saying that, I do like one or two of the maps. They they do flow quite well, so there's one or two that come up. I can't think of them off by heart because I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to the names of everything at the minute. It's like guns, I can't think of the name of most of the guns, but one or two of the maps are great fun and they do work. However, it seems like 90% of them are just busted. And I will say one thing, the worst maps are the ones in the beta, so there are a few better ones to come, don't worry about that. But an annoying thing for me, and I was quite excited when I found out you could unlock this attachment, is the high caliber attachment on your assault rifles or on your submachine guns. Now, even though it says it adds damage, basically what it does is it sort of, I think that it, increases the headshot multiplier, whatever that thing is. I hear about, I hear that word being tossed about so much, but basically it improves, the damage to headshots. Now, air quotes, improves, supposedly. I don't think it actually does fuck all, because I've got it on two of my guns now. I've got it on that sort of AK-47 hybrid gun, and I've also got it on another one. And every time I see somebody, standing behind a bin, for me, if I've got an attachment like that and I shoot them in what I can only assume is their face, I want them to get down like a dog who's on its last legs waiting for his injection of death, I want them down, I want them on the floor, never to get back up. And that doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to put itself into action. It just feels like you're still shooting people in the face with as many bullets as you was before. And that's why I just don't think head glitching works. I've always said I don't mind head glitching if, when you shoot somebody in the head, it's a fucking headshot. It should be instantaneous. It should be death. So, yeah, there's things that need addressing. There are some very dodgy you know, WTF moments in there, but it's Call of Duty. It wouldn't be Call of Duty without that. But on the whole, playability, fun factor, it absolutely pisses all over Advanced Warfare for me. It really does. The wall running, the jumping, it's not a problem. You know, if somebody jumps in the air, it's very rare that it's an issue. The only one issue I do find is the slide. Sometimes allows people to just appear out of nowhere. And, oh, that's the other thing as well, I will point out. Camera angles are broken. Let me tell you something. If you go around a corner, check twice and check again if you need to, because a lot of the times you'll look, you'll take a little scan, no, there's nobody there, you'll turn to the right, carry on, you know, on course, and then all of a sudden you're gone, you're dead, and you look in the kill cam and it's actually a guy standing right, or, you know, running towards where you were in the first place, where you were looking in the first place, and you think, no, he wasn't there. No, wrong, lies, he wasn't there. But yeah, just check everywhere as much as you can. Just put your sensitivity up to about 7 or 8 and get used to it, because you will need it. So yeah, on the whole, very good fun game. I can't wait for you all to try it, and you know, just let me know what your experiences are, what you think is wrong, and what you think needs, you know, addressing again, what should have been addressed in the beta. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry about the break, I've been on holiday, as I explained yesterday, but yeah, Apocalypse done.